Hey guys, King of Charmander here. Today I'll be your judge, your jury, and your analyst. And I present to you my PvP Masterclass series. It's finally out. I know it took forever. It took a hella long time. But you know what? I finally got everything together. Everything set up. And now I am ready to tell you how I became a really freaking good PvP player. So, these are tips for beginners, as in, this is the bare minimum you need to know if you are absolutely new to Pokemon Go and Pokemon Go PvP. So this assumes that 1, you haven't played Pokemon Go at all, 2, you probably got really interested in PvP but you're not level 40 yet, and 3, you probably have just started playing the game not too long ago. So you don't know much about PvP, you watch other people, other content creators PvP, you really are invested, or you really want to become a legend and get into this game, then these videos are for you. I'm going to be covering everything from beginning to advanced, and all down to where I do kind of like my absolute zen. In other words, how do you PvP with absolutely near zero stress, and you're able to make moves subconsciously? The subconscious mind is 10,000 times faster than the conscious mind, if not faster, according to studies. So, well, I need to look up that statistic more, but yes, I battle absolute zen. That's my style. I don't stress about battling. I don't care if you're number 1, number 1,000. I'm gonna kick your butt. I'm gonna beat your booty down. I'm gonna go Super Saiyan, and I'm gonna come out with a W. And I always believe in myself. So, with that being said, it doesn't matter who you fight. It doesn't matter who you face. You watch these videos. One of these days, you too will be able to beat number 1 leaderboard players, number 1 through 500, or legend level players. The reason I say legend level is because if you reached expert, generally you should be able to beat legends. Just gotta keep going. Just gotta keep trying. And so, that being said, my mental health tip for the day is to not have too much expectations when it comes to PvP. As what I'm saying here is, PvP is not that complicated. It really isn't. Once you get to a certain skill level, the only thing that's really differentiates you from other legend players is just knowledge. In other words, they have more practice than you, they know more than you, or they just generally RPS the unholy hell out of you. So what RPS means is rock, paper, scissors. Because Go Battle League is blind, because Pokemon Go doesn't have a lot of things like, there's not a lot of micro, there's not a lot of macro, there's not team dynamics, as in you aren't responsible for another person's action, so you're not doing teamwork or anything like that. Pokemon Go PvP is not that high of a skill ceiling. It's pretty easy to master, and pretty easy for you to make rank 10. Or legend. It really is. You just gotta keep going, you just gotta keep learning, and eventually, if you put in the effort, you put in the battles, you put in the mental strength to have you push forward, you too can become legend. That being said, again, my mental health tip of the day, low skill ceiling, not really that complicated. If you really want to get here, you practice, you battle, you watch my videos, you learn, or you watch other great battlers. And without further ado, let's get started. This is my top 5 tips if you are brand new to freaking Pokemon Go, or you aren't level 40 yet and you just started the game not too long ago. These are my top 5 beginner tips for noobs in Pokemon Go PvP or Go Battle League. So, tip number 1 is actually pick Bulbasaur. You're probably wondering, really, King of Charmanders? Well, yes, Charmander is my favorite starter. However, for Go Battle League, if you are brand new to the game and you don't have a lot of elite TMs, and you haven't been playing for a while, especially because Charizard has 3 different legacy moves, Wing Attack, Dragon Breath, and you also have Blast Burn. So with that being said, it's probably better to start off with something that's going to help you out long term and for multiple leagues without spending too many barrier entry items that would really keep you from being competitive in Pokemon Go PvP. And with that being said, Bulbasaur is freaking amazing. It's good for Great League, it's good for Ultra League, and it has multiple events to feature its community. In fact, if you do look up Bulbasaur in the rankings, it's actually very, very strong. In Great League, Bulbasaur's evolution Venusaur ranks at number 44, being able to take out a lot of top meta picks. It can take a Zoomer out of Zoomer, and even things like XL Sableye, Scrafty, Umbreon, so many things. Even down shields, Venusaur's pressure with Frenzy Plant, and Sludge Bomb is incredibly strong. If we're talking about Ultra League, if you see here, even better for Ultra League, Venusaur ranks at number 22. Venusaur is able to take out Scrafty, Swampert, some XL picks as well, and it is able also to even take out Walrein, which is recently came into the meta. So From recent times and since the preseason, Venusaur has been absolutely destructive. Coming in at such a high ranking for both Great League and Ultra League, as you see here, Bulbasaur is amazing, and it's going to give you what you want. It's going to give you... There's also the recent Community Classic, and there's also other multiple events where you've been able to evolve Bulbasaur to get Frenzy Plant. That's what makes Bulbasaur so dang good. Heavily recommend that you start out with Bulbasaur and then start walking it to get your candy, or even better, down the road early on, you're going to be able to use Venusaur. If you're lucky enough to get that community move soon, or if you're willing to spend Elite TM, Bulbasaur will definitely help you out. Again, for Great League and Ultra League, definitely worth more than the other 3 starter Pokemon you would pick. Or 4 if you count Pikachu, but still, Bulbasaur is still the most versatile, and if you're just starting out, definitely the one you want to pick. Tip number 2 is going to be to get to level 40. Level 40 still takes a while. It's faster than ever thanks to gifts. Your fastest way to get there is gifts, raids, catching, of course, just playing the game. But again, doing gifts, getting best friends, and lucky egging, and doing raids and battling, etc. You want to get to 40 as fast as possible. The reason you want to get to level 40 as a beginner is all the catches you make right now are essentially wasted, because until you get to level 40, you cannot get XL candy. Meaning all the XL candy you could be getting now, as in like there's an event out and then there's community move and you need XLs for it, you want to get to level 40. I don't like the XL system, but you know what? Until otherwise, it's part of what it is. So in order to avoid wasting your time, definitely get to level 40 as fast as possible. Second tip, it allows you to power up to level 50. The thing about it is that when you hit level 50, or when you hit level 40, you can power up to level 50 right away, because they increased it from 40 to 50. So as long as you're 40, you can fully power up an XL. Not only that, playing the game, etc., getting your way to level 40, you'll get a decent amount of Stardust so you can power up stuff for PvP. And it also allows you to trade with friends without reducing the CP limit. That also boils over to tip number 5, but if you have friends that are willing to build stuff and trade you over, let me give an example. One of my wrestling kids, when I still coached as a wrestling coach, they play Pokemon Go PvP. I still text him to this day, and he asked me about PvP tips, etc. He's essentially my protege. So I gave him a bunch of PvP stuff for free, because I have a bazillion startups. So if you're kind enough to meet a mentor or a friend like that, then they can give you PvP mods. However, if you are a lower level than them, as you see in this picture right here, it will get nerfed. So the CP will lower because you are trading with a person that's a higher level than you. In order to avoid this from happening, make sure you get to level 40 as fast as you possibly can. I believe at level 35, they'll stop nerfing itself, but generally you want to get to level 40 anyways because of all of these tips. Again, you're starting out this game, get to 40 as fast as you possibly can, especially if you're into PvP. Alright, for tip number 3, you want to hoard and catch everything. Literally, if it's on the map, you catch it. If it moves, you catch it. If you kill a rocket leader and a shadow Pokemon appears, you catch it. You hoard everything because you never know what might be PvP worthy. Let me give you an example. When I first started playing Pokemon Go PvP, I'm going to show you an example. I didn't have any PvP mods. I only had shinies and all the stuff that I saved. As you see here, because I hoarded so much stuff, I caught this shiny rank 370 Frostless at Yokohama Go Fest when I went there. And one of the Pokemon I hoarded, remember I told you I hoarded like everything back in the day? I went to London for a contingency operation. I deployed there when I was still in the Air Force. And I caught this, I believe it's like rank 50, 40 to 60 Typhlosion from London, England. This was way back when it was the Johto starter event. And I also even have, when I was in Cheyenne, I caught a Hundo Pidgey, one of my greatest memories, because my friend was like, we need to drive back and get that Hundo Pidgey. So we like cruised back, and don't worry, there was no traffic or anything. So we cruised back and we got this Hundo Pidgey. So you want to catch everything. You never know why PvP worthy. If you travel, catch everything, and even then you want it for the Stardust, and of course the candy is always nice. If you want to power something up, what are the 2 things you need? Stardust and candy. So that being said, make sure you catch everything. Also, recently we had something called the Season Heritage. They even have events out there where if you trade Pokemon, you get guaranteed XLs, even if it's not a long distance mod. So It's always worth it to hoard everything. For those of you that like hoarding Pokemon, this is the game for you. So catch everything, get everything, no holds barred. It's like WWE wrestling, you know what I mean? Yes, I'm an avid wrestling fan. If you like wrestling, we can also be friends. So you hoard everything. You make it a Royal Rumble, you take everything, you take all the belts, and you too will be a champion. Next up is tip number 4, and this is to make sure you study and master typings. This is arguably one of the, like, if not, like, besides, like, yeah, this is literally, like, the most important thing you should memorize and learn. I know a lot of people that start playing Pokemon Go and started learning typings from the game itself. Or if you play the main series game, you probably have a good idea of what resists what is super effective against what. And this resource is from Sylph. So, from the Sylph Arena. And what I'm going to do is I put this in the description. So if you want to look up this chart, this link, it's right here. Or if you want to pause it, you know, copy, pasta, here it is. So this is from the Sylph Arena again. And it is this really good chart of typings, weaknesses, super effective, double resistive, not very effective. So what this is basically what you see below there. Super effective attacks will do 1.6 times more damage. Not very effective attacks will do 0.6 times damage. Double resisted, meaning that 2 types resist that singular move. It's going to do 0.4 damage, and you have neutral, which is gonna do regular damage no matter what. Now, there are instances where something will be literally like triple resisted. Like, let's see, what's a good point right here? For example, if you happen to be a psychic ghost type, if you see, hold on. If you happen to be, let's see, good example. I'm trying to figure it out. Oh, Obstagoon. So, Obstagoon is a normal and dark type. So, if you look at dark when it comes to, let's see, ghost types. Okay, so how you use this chart is you could go left to right, up and down. So, example, normal types are double resist ghost, and ghost right here, double resist normal. So, as you see here, these both count. So, then you could just go down like this. Triple resist, which is a very rare instance, like I mentioned, you have normal types, and you have normal types right here. So, if you have a ghost type, normal and ghost type will resist. Let's see, if you're doing ghost double resist normal, right? And dark, as you see here, when it comes to ghost types, dark types resist ghost. So dark types will not very affect, and it also double resist because of the normal typing. So that's one of the few instances where it's essentially like triple resisted. That's why I call it triple resisted, not double resisted. So this matters for a lot of reasons. How you calculate damage, how you take damage, how common you take it. The more you take, the more you take damage, the more you effectively get used to it. It's like life, you know, the more you take damage in life and overcome it, the more resilient you get. This kind of like Pokemon Go PvP. The more you take damage, the more you dish out damage and learn these typings, the more comfortable you will get in saying, okay, I can tank this, or this will kill, etc. So you master, I call it kill ranges. This is something not a lot of people talk about for some odd reason. It's called kill range. I call it kill range. I don't know what anybody else calls it, but it allows you to master kill ranges and makes you really effective and really helps you with that absolute Zen piece I talked about in the beginning. And at the same time, Pokemon Go also operates differently than the main series game. A good example, if you see the little thing that's going on in the background right here, that battle, where this Plusle, Sparks Plusle, is using Quick Attack on my Trevenant. If this was the main series games, like I use the example, normal type moves will have no effect on Ghost type Pokemon if it was the main series game. In the case of Pokemon Go, they still do damage. So despite the fact, again, in the main series games, Ghost type attacks would have no effect on normal type Pokemon. Look what's happening here. Or, well, actually vice versa, yeah. So normal type attacks resist Ghost type attacks and vice versa. So it's like, okay, you kind of cancel each other. As you see here, despite the fact that in normal games this would have no effect on me, this normal type attack is still doing damage against my Ghost Pokemon. So, yes, it's very interesting, right? So, With that being said, you're still going to take damage, and that means that those double resisted, those not very effective, those can matter a lot, especially in really close matches. So make sure you master this chart. Make sure you, or while you're battling, you have this on the side, or you start learning this as much as possible, because there's a lot of typings out there, a lot of different combinations. Like I mentioned, you could have super effective, not very effective, double resisted, neutral, or like I mentioned with Obscure and the fact that it's a dual typing of normal and dark type, you can triple resist some things like ghost types. So again, really complex. Make sure you master this. This one taking so long here. Master this chart and master and study your typings. All right, my final tip number 5. This is actually probably the most important one, especially if you're just starting on Pokemon Go. Pokemon Go, for most of you, probably heard about it during the first when it came out, or you recently came back to the game. Month 1 was crazy. Everyone was playing it, including me. I was one of the doubters. I'm like, Pokemon Go, that sounds really dumb. You could just touch and throw a ball. And after that, I was hooked. Month 1 was crazy. And if you go to Japan, it's still month 1. I traveled there for Yokohama Go Fest, and literally a lot of Pokemon Go, or just Pokemon in general, in Japan is life. So don't be surprised if you go to Japan and you see that so many people are still playing, because it's literally insane over there. It's ridiculous. I loved it so much. I've traveled to Singapore, I've traveled to Japan, I've traveled to Taiwan, and I went there. Like, remember my tip, make some friends. Some of my best friends I made in this game, we travel all over the world with. One of my best friends, we went to Germany Go Fest. We were at Singapore together. We went to Chicago Fest. Another one of my friends, with me and her, we went to Japan. I was at Yokohama Go Fest, and she's like, oh, I'm here. And then she's one of my best friend groups. So then we went there as well. So really crazy. My best friend I told you about, the first one I told you about, I went with Singapore with. His mom showed me around Taiwan. And I played, what was it? I played Singapore. I played Germany Go Fest with her as well, and his brother. So again, make friends. You'll make some friends you meet forever. My long-term Pokemon Go best friends. The reason why I still play this to this freaking day. So not only the fact that I'm in esports, I'm part of an esports team. I've met a lot of people on YouTube, on Twitch, but I've actually built a community too. So I built a community in Pokemon Go Raider Cheyenne. And I was really good at volunteering again when the game first came out, so in Tucson. So done a lot for the community, but also I made a ton of friends that I have for the rest of my life. So again, make those friends. Here's a little example. As you see here, a lot of people in America use Discord, but I know there's other platforms out there like Telegram. You have WhatsApp as well. There's other different ways that Facebook Cheyenne in Pokemon Go Raider Cheyenne, we mostly use Facebook, so at one point. So again, there's multiple different communication social media platforms out there. Go Google it, try to find one, join a Discord, join one of those communities, and try to make some friends outside, and maybe those friends will actually help you trade you Pokemon for PvP. Again, if they're gracious enough, they'll power something up as a gift, and they'll be like, here, hey, even though I spent all these hours grinding Stardust, here, I'll split all this dust so that I can give you a gift, and they'll possibly be kind enough to give you PvP mons. And overall, just improve your game experience. Seriously, if you have friends, your friends will hold you to this game, and you're going to meet a ton of people you're going to cherish for the rest of your life. So find some friends, go out there with the community, and maybe one day you can meet the King of Charmanders at some live event, because I travel to a lot of places. So maybe one day you can meet me, and then we can go out and grind. And then if you too love bubble tea, I love boba. So yes, go make some friends, go find some community, go out there and become a Pokemon master. And that's GG's. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Again, these are my top 5 picks for beginners / noobs for Pokemon Go PvP. I'll be doing a lot more content for beginners and advanced tips. So for those of y'all that are already legend, you already know a lot about PvP. If you want to make a recommendation on the next video, put it in the comments. I already have multiple sections lined up, but if there is a video, if you want to know any team building, etc., that you really want to know more about, or you'd like to see my take on it, again, just put it in the comments. With that being said, if this advice helped you, or if you want more content, please like and subscribe. It's totally free next to these two Charmanders. On the bottom right, you will see a subscribe tab. Please do me a favor, put your mouse over it, and you can easily subscribe from over there. I really appreciate my current subscribers. I also have a Discord that I will totally answer your questions for free. So if you join that Discord, I'll answer it as fast as I possibly can. I always go in there, try to look at it once a day so that I can go and talk to my community because I appreciate you guys. And I also stream on Twitch. So from like Tuesday, like various times, but usually like Friday through Sundays, and sometimes on the other weekdays. Follow me on Twitch if you want to see me go live stream, and then you can ask your questions there. Again, please like, subscribe, it's totally free. Follow me on Twitch if you want to see me live stream, and if you have any questions, also you can join me on Discord as well. It's below in the description. Do me a huge favor, have a good luck on your Go Battle League sets. Hopefully you do enjoy Pokemon Go PvP, or this helps you give a hint of if you're brand new to help you get started, and hopefully on your way to becoming a Pokemon Master and to a rank 10/legend. Good luck on your Go Battle League sets, and I will see you guys on the next video.